Hello everyone, good to see you again, and I am back with another video, and this is again going to be something new that I'm trying out for my channel. This is going to be a talk-through tutorial featuring some brand new palettes. I don't know what I'm going to call this, maybe new makeup palette, first impressions, something. Regardless of all of this, I do have 3 new palettes here today that I haven't used. I've only like swatched on my hand with my fingers, but I'm very excited to finally put them on my face, and I wanted to try them out while I was with you. So let's get right into the makeup. Alright, so I have 3 bad boys for you today. I have 2 eye palettes and 1 highlight palette. The 2 eye palettes that I have are both by LA Colors, and that is the Eyestruck Smoky palette and the Eyestruck Naked palette. My only criticism with these palettes right now initially, or when I was at the store, is that the outside packaging, which I'm going to try to which I'm going to try to feature a picture of right here in this little area so you could see, is kind of rather unappealing. It's just a big cardboard box, and I don't have a problem with the cardboard box as much as I do of the picture of the actual shades, because the pictures of the colors on these boxes do absolutely no justice to the colors inside. So let me bring you in a little bit closer with the shades. Again, I have yet to do my nails. Thanksgiving was a crazy week. But regardless of all of this, this is the Eyestruck Smoky. As you can see, we have a lot of cranberries and warm taupes and golden colors. And what I like about each one of these palettes is that there's a good matte to satin to shimmer ratio. So let me bring you into the Eyestruck Naked. Now this one is a little bit different, but what I love about this palette is that if you're going to gift it to somebody, this will be like an awesome gift for a makeup beginner, because you have a great selection of shades that go with almost any palette and any look, really. And then we have a highlight palette, and that is the Galaxy Dream palette by Revlon. We have 4 duochrome iridescent highlights. We have a peachy one, a lavender, this kind of a minty one, and this one is kind of like a silver lilac. From swatches, I like where this is going, so we'll see how that looks on my face. Let's get into the actual look. I am going to pick up the Eyestruck Naked first, and I'm going to use this shade right here. It's a beigey white color. I want to call it a full-on white or a full-on beige. It's kind of like, I guess, a cream, if you want to be specific about it. Now, I'm not getting any fallout on my face, but they are rather powdery, but that is expected for the price, and I personally don't care if the powder is on the palette. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to pick up this color right here, which actually, I don't know if I'm the only one. If anybody knows the shade, it kind of makes me think of a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. Not sure which one. I'm going to take that color, and I'm actually going to pop it right in my crease. I'm going to do that on both eyes. What I like about this shade is that it is a very warm, kind of peachy, like a deep peach cream shade. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but as a transitional color right now, it is giving me life. Next, I'm going to use this shade right here and apply that in my crease with a smaller, more precise crease brush. I want to say thank you to the DMs. Again, y'all are up in my DMs, not really much in the comment section for some of you, but I did get some nice messages about my last video, and I'm very happy about that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed getting ready with me was definitely a little something different. I wasn't sure if everybody was going to be into it and into the length because it was rather lengthy, but I like to put them on while I'm personally getting ready because I feel that it kind of gets me in the vibe, and you know, it's kind of like you're getting ready with a buddy. And I'm really into that idea. So that's why it was the length that it was, and also the way I personally, like I said, consume that type of content. It's something to put on while you're cooking, while you're doing the dishes, or like I said, while you're getting ready. It's up to you. I'm going to go back into the Eyestruck Naked and go into that creamy shade and blend the area right here that I created with the last color from the Smoky palette. We don't want any harsh edges. Just going to do a little bit of blending. Now I'm also going to go back into the Eyestruck Naked and grab this warm shade right here. I feel like this is going to turn into my new like go-to palette, because I have a lot of palettes where I have maybe a lot of super bright colors or, you know, something kind of crazy. But you know, you always have that one palette of neutrals or mattes that you kind of dip into that's just your go-to for any look. And that's why, personally, I would recommend gift-wise this more than the other one. The other one's if you're a little bit more experienced, or I would say also if maybe you're thinking of switching up your look and trying something a little bit different. Okay, so I took that shade, and again, I went in that area between this color right here in my brow bone, again, to diffuse that line. So we're going to go back into the Eyestruck Smoky, and I'm going to pick up this color right here, and again, go for the crease, but just kind of a little bit lower. I really want to make this like a cranberry smoky eye. That is the vibe that I'm getting so far. So again, in the crease, but also kind of taking it slightly lower in the crease. Kind of pulling it into the eyelid a little bit. So far, I'm really pleased with the pigmentation and the blendability of these shades. I wouldn't say they're crazy pigmented. It's not like you're gonna pick up the color and like dab it on your eye and it's gonna be like, oh my god, what did I do? But I'm just wearing a basic eyeshadow primer, and I'm finding that they're applying very, very well. I'm having absolutely no issues with these, and so far I'm using mostly the mattes. Actually, I've only used the mattes. Okay, back into the Eyestruck Smoky. I'm going to pick up this color right here, which is this satin bright cranberry, and I'm going to be applying that into the lower part of my crease as well as the outer V area of my eye, just to get that smokiness really going now that we have a nice base of neutral and transition shades underneath. Okay, so far this satin color is not giving me the pigmentation that I kind of want out of it, but it's, again, it's not bad. For the price, $8, 12 colors, girl, I mean, we don't have to talk much about that. So, the outer V, and then blending that into the crease. So far, so good. I think I'm gonna use this brush though because it's not. It's not doing what I want it to do. This is a new brush I'm trying. It's from Wet n Wild. I think it's the large eyeshadow brush. It's alright. I'm using this brush in particular that has the transitional colors on it because I feel like when I diffuse the cranberry with whatever is left over on this brush, it's giving me a much better kind of seamless transition and blend, which for this look I want, and for most of my looks. But I'm just doing that, and again going over with just a large fluffy blending brush to make sure everything is all good in the neighborhood. Not bad, not bad. For those of you who care about whether or not the shadows are powdery, that is the shade that I'm using right there in the middle. And as you can see, there is a little bit of powderiness around it. If that bothers you, again, I could care less. Because it's on the palette and it's not on my face. Okay, moving right along, we're still staying smoky. I'm going to take the other cranberry shade right here and apply that all over my lid. That color is beautiful. I love that color. Wow. Okay. I am totally buying what this palette is selling to me right now, and I'm just very happy with the look so far. It's a little too cranberry, so we're definitely going to have to put a little something else in the crease, but otherwise I love it. Okay, with this color, we got a little bit of fallout. Just a little bit. But that is why I do my eyes first, so not bothered. We are going to dig into the shade from earlier, and I'm also going to be dipping into this deep taupe as well. Alright, so things are getting a little crazy up here towards the brow. So I'm going to dip back into the Eyestruck Naked and grab the white satiny shade and the creamy matte shade from earlier. And pop those bad boys right on my brow bone. And just diffuse and blend until, I don't know, just blend until it looks right. Okay, now I'm going to dip back into the shade I used all over my lid and reapply it. It lost its intensity. Sometimes that tends to happen. Again, we're going back into the Eyestruck Naked, into the deep peachy color. There we go, that looks nice. Alright, so I'm going to repeat that on the other side as well, getting that nice blend in and the lid situation nice and taken care of. As you can see, I'm not having too much trouble blending or layering the shades. They are applying very nice and smooth, and I'm not really, again, running into too much issues with them at all. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with this palette so far, actually, with both of them. I will need to play around with all the shades to have a final opinion, but like I said, at this point in time, everything is Gucci AF. Alright, so I'm loving it. Now we're going to take it under the eye. This color, again, this is one of the colors we used in our crease today. Press it on my lower lash line, just as a base. And I'm going to take the cranberry shade we used on our lid, which if you forgot, it's this one right here, and apply that over the color I just put underneath. Again, going on very nicely. Blendability is great. I'm personally not finding that I'm having to pick up too much color on my brush or having to dip in too many times to get the color payoff that I want. So that makes me very happy. And now that we're finally done with the eyes, we are going to move on to the rest of the face. Ow! I'm all in it. Ow! Oh, God. Oh, fudge. Fudge, fudge, fudge. Oh god, I really thought, y'all, I was about to tear off my ear on camera. Oh, my pinky got stuck in this anchor that I have on my ear. Oh my god, I'm about to anchor my ear off. No. No, ma'am. Oh my god. I can't believe I moved on to foundation and I didn't even correct my under eye. Just gonna grab a little bit of these two light yellow shades and pop that under my eye. I think it might be the time change, but I just personally haven't been sleeping very well, so I need the color correction like bad, y'all. Like legit. It's not cute when you don't get enough sleep. Like, you don't look cute, you don't feel cute. I get really creasy sometimes around my mouth area, so right now I just I'm trying to wet with a spray bottle my mini beauty blender. I don't want to wet the big one. And just kind of dab away some of this foundation. I feel like makeup sponges always tend to take away more product, and I personally prefer to use them when I've applied too much foundation or concealer. If you really get them quite damp enough, they can really take off a lot of the creamy product. Of course, it needs to not be set first for it to work. And I'm going to mix some of this shade and this shade. I usually don't use my fingers quite a bit, so I'm definitely going to have to disinfect this. Beautiful. So we're going to be using the NYX Matte Finish Spray. I'm not really 100% sold on it yet. I'm still kind of trying it out. I've been trying it for quite a while, but there is something. I just don't have my finger on it yet. Now I hope this doesn't interfere with the wear of the eyeshadows or the highlight. We are back, and I decided to go off of camera and do my eyebrows, put on these lashes. I believe these are the Kiss lashes in the style Hollywood. I'm going to put the lashes right here as well as in the description. And I also just filled in my brows and tight lined my waterline. I thought about going back on camera and doing a winged liner with these dramatic lashes, but I feel that just the tight line alone kind of brought it all together once I did the mascara and the curl and threw those bad boys on. Let's move on to the blush. I'm going to use Cabana Boy Blush by the Balm. It is one of my faves. Let's move on to the highlight palette. Alright, so I don't know what color I'm going to use, but I also want to put this around the tear duct too, kind of bring in more light. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with the Lilac Duochrome because I feel like that would go more with my look. Yes, it is kicking up some powder for those of you who ain't about that. And I'm just going to use a fan brush to apply it. Tap some off and go to town. Okay, we're getting like a soft lilac glow. Let me dip in again. If we can get a little more of that to peek through. I feel like, at least in the viewfinder right now, it's looking a little pinky. Maybe it's just because it's over my blush. But in person, I am seeing that soft, like lilac glow. And I'm not seeing any glitter in this, which is nice because what I've noticed with a lot of these duochrome or like colored, more fun highlights, there usually is some sort of shimmer. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's just like straight up glitter in your face. It's definitely a lot different when you apply it on the face versus the swatch. When I was just kind of messing around with this, oh god, I went a little too crazy. Oh my. But I do still like it. It's cute. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go intense today. Just so you guys can see it. Usually I don't wear this much highlight. And I'm just gonna pop tiny amount on my nose. And the lavender is still showing up. I don't know if you guys can clock that on camera. I usually don't go all over my face with these more uniquely colored highlighters, but for the sake of this video, I will. You know what, let me just kind of pick off. It didn't even go in the pan this last time right now. Just kind of went around and grabbed the powder that fell off, and honestly, worked well. I'm gonna pop some of that pinky highlight shade, which is the top one right here, and I'm going to apply that in my inner corner so we can see how that looks there. This one right now is not giving me too much life, but I feel like it's because I'm not really putting it over much. I don't really have a lot going on in that area, but oh, there we go. See, now that I kind of blended into the eyeshadow, it is giving me that nice duochrome effect. Cute! And we're done. The last thing I did off camera was put on this lippy, and that is this Wet n Wild liquid catsuit, and it is in the shade Rebel Rose. And I'm going to insert some footage of the finished look and some close-ups right here at this point in time so you guys can see it. I hope you're enjoying all the cranberries and this kind of, you know, very different highlight, because I certainly am. This is definitely a different look for me, and I'm quite happy with it. Like I mentioned, I will post results of what happened at the end of the day with all of this makeup. Right now it's about noon, almost 12 midday, so I will try to wear this makeup for as long as I can and insert some footage at the end of this video. Hello, so it is 10:05 p.m. Actually, when I finished filming the video, it was around 12. My eyelashes are wonky, so I'm just gonna rip them off anyway. But the eyeshadow held up really well, like really well. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know why these are not hanging on today, guys. I'm really having just a really bad day, but beside the point, eyeshadow's still on. There's like minimal creasing. And I was sweating and I was rubbing my eyes earlier, so they were watery, but everything looks good. The highlight is still kind of on, but at this point it's just a natural glow, so I feel like even if you were to go crazy and like layer it, it will be okay. But makeup held up pretty good. Didn't get too greasy. Overall good makeup day. Would recommend this eyeshadow because it wore really good. And the highlighter pretty nice too. So yeah, first day, first wear. Awesome. So Is it? Boy. Thank you again for just being here and sticking around and chilling with me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope we can chill again soon. Bye. See you in the next video.